scorso. So. Das wird sehr, sehr ruhig. Stimmt einfach nicht. Jupp. Was ist hier los? Unterhalten.
You made it. I didn't doubt that you would, of course, but my patience was beginning to be tested. Let's start with a formal introduction. You are the tourist, and I am Jean-Baptiste. JB for short. There now, we can proceed to matters of more profound consequence. It is my understanding that this gizmo here would be of use to you. It's all yours. Consider it a gift. And when we are finished with our conversation, I will provide you with the missing dial that you'll need to operate. Sound fair?
Ja, ich kann dich direkt töten, ne?
Keep it brief. I'm busy.
I won't take much of your time. You have my word. We all have business to attend to. Now, I prefer to play it straight. Once I received word that you were collecting these devices, and to what purpose, I saw an opportunity to connect with the city's most illustrious survivor and have a chat about the reserve. So I made it a priority to acquire one, through various means I will not divulge. And now here you are. It is my hope when I am through, you will see the reserve for what it is. Nothing more than a crutch, holding back the people of this fine city from regaining themselves.
You're a cocky bastard, JB.
Not cocky, convicted. But I also know how to humble myself when dealing with someone as formidable as you. So my apologies if my demeanor seems brash. I'm a man of particular predilections.
Gleich nicht mehr.
Don't worry about it. Say what you have to say.
I am a firm believer in the greatness of humankind, our ingenuity, our art, our towering scientific achievements. This reserve a threat like this seems beneath you.
All right, you have my attention now.
I am a firm believer in the greatness of humankind,
Hast schon mal
our
gesagt.
ingenuity, our art, our towering scientific achievements. This reserve nonsense, even if the rumors about what may be inside it exceed our wildest dreams, the bounty will only prolong our addiction to survivalism as the only path in life. It will stifle our creativity. It will eventually lead to our withering doom. Now, this is the proposal that I have for you. Continue your search for the reserve, and when you unearth it, which I have the utmost confidence you will, destroy it. These 4 numbers will disable the entire flood contingency system. Mother Nature will rage through the reserve and take care of the rest.
Scheiß.
1006. Flood the reserve and set us all free. Give this still glorious city the jump start it needs to refocus on something much grander than mere survival. Grant us hope, tourist, and thank you, most sincerely, for hearing me out. And let's keep this chat between us, if that's all right. I'm not sure my comrades would see the big picture benefits of removing the reserve from the equation. The floor's now yours, my friend. Anything on your mind that requires clarity?
I'm curious about the Reclaimed.
Yes?
Du sagst ja.
I've heard snippets about the Reclaimed philosophy, but it would be enlightening to hear it from you.
It's simple, really. We want to live purposeful lives, reclaim the world and our humanity along with it. Mere survival is so petty. It's beneath us, forcing people to focus solely on survival. It's cruel, really. I believe we must invest in a future of our own design. Life is not worth living otherwise.
The Reclaimed have made quite a mark on the city. How did the movement get started?
After my exile from the tower for insubordination, I took to raiding their supply lines. Rather efficiently, I might add. No one ever got hurt, and other exiles clamored to join my operations. Needless to say, Mama and her cohorts were not pleased with my exploits, and they sent several communications asking me to cease my pillaging or there'd be consequences. Of course, I refused, politely. No one was going to dictate the terms of my existence anymore. But it wasn't until the tower started sending thugs out to track me down and end me that I decided it was time to send a message of my own.
What's with the gory rituals?
First one was a man I knew well in my brief tenure as a tower grunt. I'd even called him a friend. Trip was his name. Snuck up on me in the middle of sleep. Tried to slit my throat. Still carry the scar. Well, long story short, Trip was no match for me. I maimed him. Something awful, really. And I dragged his body about a mile all the way to the southern bump, which at the time was the most highly trafficked exit from the tower. I found an old oak, hung him upside down from it so his lifeblood would spill rapidly into the soil, and upon his chest I pinned a note that read, "Keep 'em coming." And just like that, I became the most feared boogeyman Nola has seen since the Axeman. Once I had fear on my side, the rest just blossomed naturally. Those with nowhere else to go wanted what I had, so they listened. And they learned. I empowered them. That's all people want. A sense that their lives still have some meaning.
I have some other questions for you, JB. I want your perspective on the reserve.
Uh-huh.
Why choose me to destroy the reserve?
Because you're the one best equipped to find the accursed place, and I trust you will do the right thing when you do. Call it a hunch.
If the rumors about what's inside the reserve are true, wouldn't it benefit the Reclaim to get your hands on it?
You are absolutely correct. But once those supplies are gone, then what? The same old, fruitless pursuits. And there is the very distinct possibility that the tower gets to it before we do. The only way to guarantee this city will move forward in the proper direction is to remove the reserve from the equation entirely.
How did you find this code to flood the reserve?
One of my scouts came across the corpse of a National Guardsman in Rampart High School. The body had a manual for a bunker's flood defense system. I put two and two together.
I have some other questions for you, JB. I've heard enough.
Fair enough. Then we are finished here.
Das ist richtig.
Put your weapon.
The
We
world is a much
finally
better
meet,
place
tourist.
without that
After all
loudmouth
the hype, you're
JB
not
blathering
exactly
over
what
the
I
airwaves.
expected.
Thanks for
Georgia.
taking him out, tourist.
Maybe you've heard of me, maybe not. I could give two shits. What does concern me is the man inside the building you just stepped out of. We tracked him here. Heard the commotion upstairs. Did you kill that fool?
JB is dead.
The tide has fucking turned. Thanks for doing what needed to be done. From this point on, just keep steering clear of the tower, and there won't be any issues between you and me. I'm not a fan of issues, in case you couldn't tell. And when this shit with the reserve pops, I'll make sure tower troops have orders to steer clear of you.
So, kann ich dich auch direkt aus dem Weg räumen, ne?
That's the
Smells
tourist?
something rotten.
Doesn't look so tough.
Out for a stroll?
Das stimmt, gleich bist du tot.
Hey, scumbag they are!
Oh!
You messed up starting shit with us today.
Ja,
Promise I won't hurt you badly.
Alter, nimm doch nicht jedes Mal. Komm hinterm Baum raus. Oh, jetzt komm hinter dem Baum raus.
People gonna be pleased when I waste you.
Scheiße. Oh.
Oh.
My dear Georgia, we have gone too far. This has to stop. We are not cruel. No matter what our community is facing right now, we have to remember our promise to the people. I understand the need to pivot when faced with a crisis, Georgia. Those responsible for the atrocities that led to the disease were brought to justice. We have to put the lessons we learned from all that dick business behind us. When I first learned that those animals were serving human flesh to our most desperate, simply to meet hunting quotas, I was enraged. But as difficult as it may be, I had to pivot. I had to try and understand the desperation that drove them to hunt human beings. Maybe our scavenging quarters were a mistake. Yes, punishment was warranted. But we cannot allow those horrors to color all the choices we make moving forward. We must help people, not abandon them. I have been changing course and making difficult decisions a majority of my life. We can figure this out. We can get this community back on the right track. I may be a bit compromised these days, but my mind is as sharp as ever. You need to be patient, and you need to trust me. You know, I have always thought of you as the daughter I never had. Have I ever steered you wrong? We will return to better days. Your mama.
So, mit Casey quatschen, da war ich gerade. Tatsache. Ich hoffe, dass JP nicht zu früh getötet hat. dreh das doch jetzt mal in eine Richtung. Da Scheiße. Die Lampe leuchtet, sehr nice.
I'm back, Casey. Ready to repair the pump. You still alive?
Yeah, alive, but almost swimming. No turning back after this, tourist. We have to get after it. I'm running out of time. You prepared?
I have to step away for a minute.
I get it. Other stuff on your mind.
Tourist, thank you, and goodbye. Maybe our paths will cross again. Maybe not. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Personally, I think you should follow us out of this doomed city. Like I said, you would be an asset to the Exodus. But you need to follow whatever story resides in your head. Just know that you are a part of my and Ambra's story, along with the stories of a couple dozen folks who might have been dead by the end of the week if it wasn't for your efforts. Ambra wanted to give you one more drawing. I think she hopes it'll sway your decision. Good luck, and I hope you find what you're searching for. May.
Continue. Stepping away for a bit.
I get it. Other stuff on your mind.
You were saying? Enough already.
Take care of your business. I'll wait.
So, was steht jetzt hier? Panic Room in Memorial in der Nähe sollte ein Hinweis sein. Okay. Okay. Jetzt gehen wir dahin, oder was?
Continue. Let's wait on this.
I get it. Other stuff on your mind.
I am not a poor leader, but by the time I was 13 years old, I had seen it all. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, starvation, disease. Haiti never seemed to catch a break. So when the dead started to rise and panic overtook my adopted home of New Orleans, I was ready to rise. My neighbors were scared, but they were also resilient. All they needed was a voice to rally around. And in a moment of pure passion, a moment charged with a desperate drive to make certain we all survived, I took the lead, and they listened. But those first few days were pure chaos. So much loss. And yet, we were able to gain a foothold in the Ninth Ward. We put our collective minds to work. Set up a scavenge system that was both safe and fruitful. Word started getting out. If you wanted to survive, go find Mama and her people. But soon, our community had outgrown the capacity
No one
of
gets
our
inside.
perimeter.
Strict orders.
A decision had to be made.
Don't.
Start turning others away, or venture forth and establish a new home that could support
Got a
every
Houdini on
lost
our
soul
hands.
who found their way to our doorstep. I think you can guess what decision I made. The tower will always stand. Mama.
You're like a fucking mosquito that just won't die.
Denn. Und zeigt euch.
Where'd you go? Next time, fucker. Let's take this asshole down. That's not strong enough work for you, Forrest.
Nein. ist kein Engel versteckt. Ich glaube es bald nicht. So, Hinweis in der Nähe. Wo bist du denn wieder?
Walker Army! Eyes up for more! Walker in sight! Finish it quick!
Oh, shit.
Walker! Walker!
Keine Hinweise.
Who have chosen to be savages, not rational people, not people who understand and appreciate what the tower has accomplished.
Könnt ihr mir helfen?
Anthony, how could he be so dense? He should have known better. You got nerve rolling in here uninvited.
I'll clear out quick. Just need to recover something. Probably useless to you. Mind if I take a look around?
Yeah, we mind. We have enough problems to deal with right now. Not gonna let some stray scrounge on our turf.
I prefer to think of myself as a free agent. Open to all opportunities.
You know what? Yeah, you might prove useful. My brother is in some deep shit. Pack of reclaimed scum snatched him. Anthony's a good kid. Bit dim, but he doesn't deserve whatever those freaks have in store. We can't get anywhere near where they're holed up. Light Blue House across the way. They'll gut him immediately if they see us coming. But you? They don't know you. You'll be able to stroll right in. After that, whatever you need to do, that's your business. Personally, I'd put a few bullets through their skulls. Let the dirt reclaim them.
What's in it for me?
If he comes back alive, I'll let you snag a few things from our supplies. We've got some meds, decent grub, ammo too. Just don't get greedy.
Sounds like I can be of service.
Get to it then. Knowing how those savages operate, he might not have much time before they execute him. What was he thinking? These are people who have chosen to be savages, not rational people. Not people who understand and appreciate what the tower is accomplishing.
Oh, Alter, das kann wohl nicht wahr sein. Ach komm schon. Und wieso sterben diese Vögel eigentlich nie? Hey, das darf so kein Matz sein. Das auch nicht. Keiner blind gemacht. Wenn nicht von mir.
Who the hell are you? The negotiator? A big tough Jeff, too chicken shit to show his face and beg for his little brother's life? Not sure I really see the point.
I guess I'm here to negotiate a deal for Anthony's release.
Release? That's some kind of joke. That motherfucker isn't going anywhere but in the dirt, where maggots belong.
What did he do?
This subhuman shit is a murderer. My daughter is dead. The tower is at fault, and he is at fault. The tower preaches community, and yet they toss out those most in need because they are no longer useful, because they are a burden. Violet was not a burden. She was a human being, but this fucker treated her like trash. He could have disobeyed orders, but he did not. He forced her out, left her to die. She was 11 years old. Where is your head at, stranger? Exterminate this tower fuck right now, and we won't have a problem. Then we can pay the rest of the vermin a visit. And once they are a pile of corpses, whatever is in their camp, it's yours. Consider it a gift from the Reclaimed.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
So, da müssen wir wieder nicht drüber kommen, ne? Ach, shit.
Coming!
Fuck you, corpse!
Na gut. So, habt ihr jetzt einen Schlüssel?
I was skipped. Things keep coming! Walker on me! Eyes up the floor!
So, können wir jetzt mal reden.
Walker, inside!
Walker, bring it!
Quick!
Was ist denn jetzt?
Don't see anything.
Walker, bring it!
Walker inside! Finish it quick!
Einmal eine Belohnung, ja? Belohnung.
These things just keep coming!
You've given me a second chance. Thank you. I promise to make the most of it.
Ja. Aber nicht für lau.
Who's sneaking around?
Was ist mit dir?
What was that? Who's sneaking around? there?
Oh, verpiss dich jetzt. Jetzt habe ich den Schlüssel, aber immer noch nicht. Was soll der Mumpitz denn? Hochklettern, ja.
Hey, big brother. There's not much to say beyond I'm sorry, but I have to do this. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I'm a wreck, Jeff. I keep seeing that little girl's face. These visions of her turning. This whole mess is fucking with my head. What did the Martins do to deserve being exiled? It makes no sense. They are good people. Now, I know this might put you in a tough spot. Please forgive me, but I need to make things right. At least give them a slim chance to survive out there. I swiped some supplies from our camp, so you know who to blame. Don't want any other innocent people taking heat. I'm going out to find the Martins and deliver the stuff. Least I can do. I pray it'll help me get my head straight. If I'm not back before the bells, wish me luck. Your little bro, Anthony.
What was that? Who's sneaking around?
Halt mal das Maul jetzt.
What was that? Who's there? Walker, find it!
Schlecht.
What was that?
Ganz schlecht. Naja, dann muss ich nochmal wiederkommen. Das ist zwar nervig. So, in die Richtung und dann die Straße rechts hoch.
Whoa.